Okay, I'm going to start making my coil gun. My main component is going to be a straw. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape some electrical tape on the sides of the straw that I'm going to use. So about here. So one side, and then leave about an inch in between them for the magnet wire to go and be coiled up with it. So it looks like that. And now we're going to get the magnet wire. If I can find the start of it. And basically just going to start coiling it for about 7 layers to fill up this part right here. So I'll stop it and then start it again where I'm done. Okay, so here is my coil gun after wrapping it 7 times with the magnetic wire, and now I'm going to add the washers to each side. Okay, so here I am adding the washers to each side. Or not. Okay, so here's my gun. It's made with the straw and 2 washers on each side of the coiled magnetic wire, and each end of the magnetic wire is I basically like cut the enamel off on it so that it will have a connection. So here's the gun, and also there's a stopper at the end for the BB to stay and shoot out. And then here is the camera circuit that I took out of the camera, so that's all ready to go. And my push button trigger and a BB, little BB that just dropped. Okay, so basically now for the connection, we're going to do 1 wire from the push button to 1 wire of the capacitor, and just connect those together tightly. And then 1 wire from the gun, from the coil gun, to the other wire of the capacitor. Get that going. Okay, so those are connected now. And now we're just going to connect the other wire from the gun to the push button. Okay. Now we're going to put the battery back in the circuit. And charge it up by hitting the charge button. You can hear it, the humming noises on it. And put the BB in. probably 2 feet. This just shot. So if you see from about here, and the BB is right here. So probably about 2 feet it shot out. Okay, so this is my video for the coil gun that I made. So basically what I did was I had a straw, as you can see here, a blue straw, and then I had 24 gauge magnetic wire wrapped around it about 7 times, so 7 layers of it, and then I have 2 washers on each side of the coil thing. So that's what I used for my gun, and then obviously I used a Kodak disposable camera and took it apart. So this is what this was what it looked like, the circuit. That's what I used. And then I also used a push button thing to shoot out the BB for it. Basically everything worked. It took a while for everything to work, but everything seemed to work fine, and eventually, like I said, worked. So what didn't work at first was I connected everything together and didn't realize that I had not stripped the magnetic wire so that it was actual wire underneath it connecting everything, so I had to redo that. So I stripped that, and that made everything work better. And then also it took me a while to get the BB to shoot out. But once I talked to the professor, it was obviously that the position of the BB had to be at a certain spot in the coil for it to shoot out. So I eventually got that. I, experimented, and I got that to work. What I would do different, I wouldn't do anything really different. I mean, every step that I made a mistake, I learned from it, and it helped me go further and further with the gun, so I wouldn't do anything different. So for visual, I made a video about my experience with the gun, about what I did, how I made the gun, how I connected everything, and all together. So that I made a video with that, and I spoke on top of it saying what exactly I was doing in the video to show me making it. And that was about it. That's what I did with my gun, and it worked. And it shot out about 2 feet from where the straw was. So, and I included that on my video. So it shot out about 2 feet from the straw. So that's my coil gun experience.